Nintendo!
We're in the thick of television's annual commercial assault. Video game makers are spending $155 million in their battle for the consumer's buck.
Hey, German Videos here. It is 1 o'clock in the morning, really late again. Gotta keep my voice down, family's asleep. So this is a video about the glowing eyes, plasma eyes, reflective eyes.
Tapetum, lucidum, tapetum, lucidum. A layer of tissue in the eye, tapetum, lucidum.
There's a crystalline structure in there that reflects way more light than just our retina does. If you see cats during the day, they have the vertical slits when too much light is going into the eye, so it constricts and restricts the amount of light going into the eye. But at nighttime, it dilates, and when you reflect light into that, the whole eye is open there, and that's why there's no longer a vertical slit, and the glow effect is there. Another animal I think of that has this is a crocodile. Vertical serpentine slit during the day, reptilian slit, and then at nighttime it dilates, and so if you shine a light, it will be circular and reflect everything back at you. Reindeer is an interesting one. So on the right here, that is a summer eye carved out of a reindeer, and on the left, that is the winter eye. And the structure inside the eye changes depending on the amount of light of the year. So in the summer, there's light through the whole night. So there is a golden color to it. But when it is always dark and always black, that the structure changes and it is reflecting blue light. We don't have this glow eye. It is not in our eyes, this crystalline layer that reflects the light from the back of our eye. Other humanoid creatures from folklore that that everyone knows that has this would be vampires. And think about it, vampires. This is going to be a common theme through this video. It's underground, right? They go underground to chill out in their coffin during the day or in darkness. And then they come out at night, so they're going from darkness to darkness, and they feed on humans. They're always pointing at their eye, either on the cheek or the side of their head. There's a reason for that. There's a certain importance and difference that their eyes have compared to our eyes, and why they're always pointing at it. So let's just have a quick look at 3 book and or movies that talk about underground dwelling humanoids that also feed on man. First one is H.G. Wells' Time Machine, where we are introduced to Morlocks. Then there is Chud, an 80s movie, formerly human creatures that have been degraded by nuclear radiation into being cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. Lastly, there is The Descent, a story that inspired the Descent movie, which is loosely based on this story, only in the way that there are cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. This one has them with eyeballs that can see and more intelligent, in a society that lives underground. It's different than the movie, where in the movie they were like almost animalistic creatures with like a pack animal society and not a civilization. But anyway, so this is about the discovery of cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. This book by Jeff Long called The Descent, where there are these creatures called Hadal, or Homo hadalis. There's also more variation in their genetics, which means they can grow wings, they can grow horns, pointy ears, all of these things. And this is amateur artwork inspired by the story, what people thought they looked like after reading the story. it is thought well, at least how it's presented in the book, that these creatures were the inspiration for hell being underground, and also for blue devils or gray blue devils living underground that tortured and ate humanity, that if you were a bad person you would end up there. That these creatures inspired what we thought hell would be, or for the medieval ages. And they have the glowing eyes because they are underground creatures, and the structure of the eye is different to our eye because we deal with sunlight and they do not. Then going back to the 80s, there is Chud, cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. They have, well, in addition to the lucid eye, the plasma eye, they have the 3-finger plus a thumb monster hand, the claw hand that we see so often presented to us in their hand signs. They don't really have a jaw, which would be another feature of these creatures. And taking it back now lastly to H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, blue-skinned underground creatures, humanoid creatures in the first, or at least in the book release, it was like simians, ape-like. And then in the 70s movie, they were like Sasquatch kind of monsters. In the story, they're chinless, by the way, but that's kind of hard to do with human actors wearing suits. In the 2002 movie, they went less Sasquatch, more alien ape. And this original story, 100-something years ago, was inspired by, you could say it's part of the whole Hollow Earth literature, where there is civilization or society subterranean that you can find right beneath our feet. Some interesting connections here now with Peter Gabriel with Nephilim, white paint on the face here. There are a few shots of her with the lucid eyes, here with the hidden hand, or the touching of the breast removal, and then here with the Masonic hand on the upper arm there that you see, but very prominently here showing off lucid eyes. Why is that important? There's a reason for that. Alright, that's all I got for this video. You have a nice day, evening, morning, night, wherever you're at. Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen.